Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy WattsTV man, and today we are back again with yet another reaction video. Today we are actually reacting to a Destiny video, but before we get into it, please do me a favor. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It really helps me out with the channel and lets me know that you are rocking with the content. And also, please do me a favor and follow me on all my social media. They will be listed in the link in the description down below. Follow me on all my social media at WattsTV94 and join the Discord as well. So in this video is entitled "Can You Not Cut Me Off?" exclamation mark, just pearly things, and Destiny's heated debate moment on Andrew Tate. So this is a debate panel with 3 other individuals, one including just pearly things. I don't know who the other 2 gentlemen are, but I can tell you guys right now, I'm not a fan of just pearly things. Like, she's not even like one of those red pill people that are like entertaining. Everything that she says is extremely surface level. She doesn't give any new takes. She doesn't say anything that's insightful. She's just basically reciting things that she heard already throughout the red pill community. So I mean, I'm not a fan of any red pill content creator, and I've given all of them a chance, including her, Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and yeah, it's a no, because they all say the same shit. But I'm very curious to hear this debate on Andrew Tate, and I would love to hear what everybody thinks about it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
What he said he did in his videos, he is a sex trafficker, full stop.
Like what?
He says that he gets girls to fall in love with him. He says that he brings them to a dinner with another girl that's working for him with the express intent of that girl to convince this girl.
Wait, but did she freely choose to do it? I just don't.
Bruh, that's not the point. Whether somebody freely chooses to do it or not, that really is not the point. Matter of fact, let's look up the definition of sex trafficking really quick. Sex trafficking is the crime of using force, fraud, or coercion to induce another individual to sell sex. It is not something that you can see happening across a crowded room. So yeah, it's not even, it has nothing to do with the fact that it was voluntary. And he was lying to these women. He said, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. I'm going to bring you over to so-and-so. You know, I eventually, I want you to be my wife, and yada, yada, yada. And he would trick them into being like OnlyFans webcam models. Yes, that's sex trafficking.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I'm thinking, okay, I'm putting myself in these girls' shoes. I get a boyfriend, right? And the boyfriend convinces me to do cam work. That was my decision.
That's great that you think that. That's cool.
Okay, okay. So you're saying that was your decision, fine. But if it gets to the point where he is actively stealing from you, and guys, keep in mind, I don't know if this is true because like he hasn't been like tried yet. But if it comes to the point where he is actively taking money from you and he is like pretty much threatening you with force, are you still going to be saying the same thing? It was my decision to get in this anyway, so I'm just going to stay in this until it's over. Are you going to say that at that point? Because it seems like that's what happened to a lot of these women.
Decisions, personal responsibility.
That's great that you think that.
Can you not cut me off? Can you not cut me off? Like, I'm just tired.
Can you not cut me off when she was the one that cut Destiny off in the first place? He was talking. What are you even talking about? He is a very calm and cool, collected guy, even with his stupid blue hair. Destiny, I'm sorry, the blue hair is dumb. You need to change it soon. But that's neither here nor there. Like, that man was talking. How are you gonna say, can you not cut me off? You just cut him off. You tripping.
Tired of, like, we're gonna blame the men for your poor decision. You picked to do it.
That's great that you feel that way, but it's still sex trafficking. Your personal feelings don't matter. That's
By the
still
way,
sex
you're
trafficking.
a European girl living in the former USSR. You have no other job options, and you're hot and you're young.
Sure, or oftentimes...
Time to start doing sex
They
relations.
weren't complaining about the money. They weren't complaining about the money.
But he was actively
Stealing
from them.
Yeah, he admits
not
that. He
actively
does admit
He
that.
literally...
He's literally said that. He literally said that if the what were his exact words? Okay, all right, so this is not verbatim, but he basically said if they get 10, I will give them 3 and I get 7. That's what he said. I'm pretty actually that might be verbatim. But yes, he said if they make 10,000, I'll give them 3, I keep 7. You're stealing from them. So yeah, this is fraud, this is sex trafficking, this is all the things. Like, what are you talking about right now?
said when you're filling out these dumb women's tax forms, you can lie to them about the tax forms and take 20-40% off the top.
That is where I think you were right.
Yeah.
That is where I think you were right. Hear me out. That is where I think they will get him.
Yeah.
No, even hold on. No, even I think you discovered at that point. Even if they willingly chose all the time, it's still sex trafficking. If I fly to another country, bring you to a country where you don't speak the language, lock you in a basement, and then tell you like, hey, stream it, I'll cut you out. That's sex trafficking.
For me, that's definition-wise, maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. I don't know.
That's great.
That to me is not sex trafficking.
That's fine.
Because I agree with Pearl. These women knew what they were doing. They knew what they were signing up for. They were free to leave. He wasn't holding their passport.
They didn't know what they were doing, though. There are literally conversations that have been posted of Andrew Tate lying to women, saying that, you know, I eventually, like, I want to marry you, you know, come over here to Romania. And then they get there, and he's like, okay, well, no, you're gonna be a webcam model. Like, what? He would lie to these women, and he would get these women to fall in love with him through the lover boy method.
But if he was skimming money off the top with taxes, that's what they'll get.
So these are the two stages, and I agree that that's what you're going to say, because I know that's what all the Tate fans are going to say. First, they're going to say he didn't do it, and then when they said he did do it, and it's obviously clearly sex trafficking, then it's going to be, oh, okay, well, sure, he's sex trafficking, but it's okay. That's not even like real sex trafficking, or who cares about sex trafficking? They chose to go to another country where they didn't speak the language. He was stealing money from them, and they were locked in for the first time ever doing sex work.
So I have a question. So I don't know anything about the Romanian legal system. I don't know the definition of that. Okay, I'm not going to pretend
you don't
I do.
I'm
sorry.
A major
sex trafficking is pretty
Okay,
international. It's an international thing.
I don't know. I don't study sex trafficking.
Okay.
It's not my area of expertise. But my question is, what is incorrect about that statement? Do you not think the women should take accountability for the choices that they made?
They should, but that's besides the point.
Thank
you. Can take accountability. I'm not asking about what the punishment should be for the women. They probably been punished enough, I imagine, if they worked and had money stolen from them. What we're talking about was what Andrew Tate did, which is sex trafficking, right?
And I find it very interesting how when every person, because I watch, like, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I do consume some of this content because I like hearing from both sides when it comes to these topics, especially like Andrew Tate, especially when I made like some content about him myself as well. So I like to hear other people's opinions. So I just find it really funny that when you bring this specific part up about him stealing money, like anybody that's in the red pill community would say, well, just ignore it. They wouldn't say anything. They would just deflect. Like, I just want to ask once, sit them down, look them in their eye and be like, do you think that's okay that he stole their money? Whether you think he was sex trafficking or not, even though he obviously was, you think it's okay that he was stealing money from them? Like, I just want to ask, because every time they're asked, they deflect and they move away from the conversation.
There are probably women that make bad decisions.
Allegedly.
That's what he's charged with. That's what he's charged with.
Allegedly.
Why is it wrong if they freely chose to do it?
Why is it wrong if I get somebody in a relationship with me and then I'm able to flip that into them working as a prostitute for me?
You freely chose to do it. I just think there's nobody, I couldn't date a single guy that could make me want to do that.
That's great.
Okay, so this is exactly what I mean about Just Pearly Things. She does not do any research. Like, she has not looked this stuff up, okay? Because there are countless like articles about sex trafficking, okay? Accredited articles too, that you can look up yourself. There are different ways that you can get women to sex traffic, and the lover boy is one of the main ways. Like, if you look up survivor stories, you will hear so many of them say that they were actually in love first. Okay, this is a method that most of these sex traffickers use. That's neither here nor there.
For you, but this isn't about you. This story isn't about you.
I love how passionate.
She's so focused on personal accountability, she's missing the bigger picture here. It's neither here nor there. It's not the fact that they chose to get into this. It's the fact that it's happening to them. Like, yes, okay, they thought that they were going to be in love with one man, and when he presented them with this, they felt like they didn't have a choice because they were so in love with him. I don't freaking know, but it's bigger than just personal accountability at this point.
You are, and the words you use, but we have to be careful. These aren't prostitutes. They're hear me out.
Sex workers.
They're on camera doing cam girl shit. At any point, they can turn off their camera. At any point, they can say, I don't feel like it today.
You don't know that,
but
though.
They're doing it to
you
make
don't know
money.
That.
This is a job, so they can make money.
OnlyFans.
Now, OnlyFans, hello.
Except they're in another country where they don't speak the language.
What do you mean they don't speak the language?
This
They're
is like saying
Europe.
anybody at any time could go and find.
What are you talking about? He got girls from different countries. What do you mean they're in Europe? So everybody in Europe speaks the same language? Are you stupid? He brought people from America. He had like women that were from Romania and other places, the UK, from other places. Like, so what are you even saying? Just because you live in Europe doesn't mean you speak the same language. Like, what are you talking about? In every country, you're not that slow. I know you have to be smarter than that.
Sell the right options, the right puts or calls to be a billionaire. That's true. But the hard part is making the picks, right? If you're flown to a whole other fucking country, you've got some dude that you think is your fucking boyfriend that's in love with you, and now you're doing sex work for the first time in your life. You don't speak the language around here. The guy's stealing money from you. Who knows if you even know how to fucking
I'm sorry,
book a
unless
out.
these girls are beyond naive. If they
Sure,
see
and that's
99
fine.
other girls there,
Okay, cool.
they don't think this is my boyfriend and he loves me.
That's great, and
he's
that's
like,
fine.
now I'm a part of a harem.
There's literally a name for the method. That's why it's called the lover boy method. This is exactly
Yes.
what they do. But if you don't care about sex trafficking, that's fine. And a lot of people
No,
apparently
that-
now they don't care about sex trafficking, which is cool.
I'm not saying
but
I
like,
don't care about sex trafficking. Would you say that there's the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking?
Here we go.
And then there's the Tate thing, and they're not even fucking close?
You know, maybe the scale is on a different level for sure, but they're not all that different. People have been making comparisons between Epstein and Andrew Tate for weeks now, ever since he's gotten detained or arrested, whatever. So he explained in one of his own videos that he had a bottom bitch, and she would basically try to like vet these girls into doing webcam work. Like, she would talk to these other girls to basically convince them to doing webcam work for him. That is a pimp. That is exactly the same thing that woman Maxwell did for Epstein. She did the same exact thing for him. Like, they're very, very similar. Just the scale might be a little bit smaller, but it's still bad. Like, no matter what. So what are you saying?
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
what?
Go,
Why?
state your case.
I don't. What's the definition of sex trafficking? I don't. I just
Here's
would think
Natalia.
because here's.
There's
I would
three
just.
factors.
This is
I
just
agree,
wait.
Pearl.
I would just think that it was that you aren't free to go. That's what I thought. I
No.
thought it's only sex trafficking.
deeper
if
than that.
Trafficking if they're underage or they can't leave. That's what I thought.
You said there's three things?
I believe there is. I watched some legal breakdown. There's got to be physical pressure, physical violence,
Yes.
coercion, and one more.
It's force, fraud, and coercion.
Yeah, fraud
Yes.
and coercion. Yeah.
So fraud is
the
gonna be
fraud
stealing
is
the
the taking the
taxes.
money. The coercion we don't really know about because we don't know what the
Because
evidence
that's
the
all
police
he.
has.
That's all he says. She said. Right now.
Well, right now, but
right
we don't
now.
know what evidence the police has. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I think the only reasonable position is to be agnostic until you see what develops of the case.
Agreed.
Here's I think the biggest point here. Tate has become famous for talking that shit on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and what will make you famous will also
fuck you in the ass.
will fucking put your ass in jail. And that's the problem that he's having right now. I do this is how I make my money. I'm a badass. It's like, yo, this guy's sick. Let me follow this guy. You're going to jail for the exact same reason. That's the problem that he's going to have.
going to jail for.
Yeah, what
It
are you
literally
talking?
is.
He's-
Such bullshit.
He said
He's going to jail because he's in an Eastern European country that wants to be taken seriously on the world stage, and he's bragging about sex trafficking in the fucking country.
I have literally said that in my last Andrew Tate video. I said the same exact shit. This country is trying to be taken seriously, and you're over here saying, oh, well, I could just pay these people off. Are you stupid? Of course they're going to throw the book at you if they find something. Like, you're, come on.
When he got charged, he's going to
That's
jail.
exactly,
Literally my
that's
point.
exactly
But
what
that's
he's
not.
saying.
But Andrew Tate isn't known for telling young men how to sex traffic. He's known for challenging the matrix and challenging the system.
No,
but
he
now
is.
people are trying to. People are
That's
trying
not
to.
true.
He's been-
he
he's
has
been
a whole
talking
course
about
about
the-
that.
yeah.
He might have been talking about it, but that's not why he gained popularity, and that's not why people are saying he's being targeted by Romania or the Western world. People are saying, oh, they're targeting him because he's telling young men
No,
how to break free of the matrix and be
he's
independent.
making is the fact that he's bragged about it so much
You've
publicly
said
is
it
what's
so
going
many
to bug
times.
him, and that is what's going to
If you want to know what I think Tate stands for, what I actually think he stands for, it's not. Okay, he talks about the matrix and the system, and he has very loudly talked about how he makes his money and the cam girls, and he talks about whether he's toxic masculinity, what he's labeled as. What I actually think Tate stands for is just male self-improvement, getting in the gym, going to being a badass, making money, and
Okay,
if you make the
that's
money, you get
fine.
the women, you get the Bugattis. But he's talking about becoming a better version of yourself. But nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about being a sex trafficker. They want to talk about him doing all the fucking ridiculous things out there. That to me is his message. But it gets
But I feel like your message starts to get a little cloudy. First of all, knowing what I know now, if I was an Andrew Tate fan, I would feel a type of way, because you're telling me I should get my shit together. I need to do this. Stop playing video games. Start focusing elsewhere to get money. Blah blah blah. But you're over here committing fraud so that you can be rich. How do you think I would, like, if I was an Andrew Tate fan, I would be pissed, because you cannot tell me all of this, but you were getting this money illegally. Now, are you telling me to do something illegal in order and hustle in order to get money? Like, you want me to sell drugs? You want me to also be a pimp? Then that's, if that's the message that you want to send out, fine. But that's not what you were saying. Like, you were saying one thing and doing another. You can't, I don't know, man. That is kind, again, I said this before. It's kind of like the Kim Kardashian thing when she said that people need to get up off of their asses and work. Good message, wrong person. I do not like that message from Andrew Tate, knowing what I know now, considering that you got your money like illegitimately. So I thought that was a very interesting debate. I'll probably end up watching the full video later, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think of this whole Andrew Tate situation? I think this is I think it was an interesting conversation. Like I said, I'm not a fan of just Pearly things because she never adds anything to a conversation. She's just kind of like there, like the furniture. But you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you agree with anything that I said? Did you agree with anything that they said? Please do me a favor, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.